Hey everybody, welcome to Nobody Listens to David, episode number 2. I'm here with my lovely co-host, Ysis.
Hi.
We didn't scare her off after the first show.
Shocking, I know.
Right? And of course we have our producer, Alfred, is back.
Hello, everyone.
He's a man of few words.
No, I'm a little upset, actually.
Why?
Why?
Because why do you get to have a beautiful woman next to you? And is it because I'm the producer and I have to sit way back over here? And
I gave you a handsome camera guy.
I got security, and you got a beautiful, wonderful woman sitting next to you. Jesus Christ.
I try. You're just saying that because you owe her Starbucks and you don't want to.
Hey, I would buy her Starbucks. Hey,
Oh, my
with
God.
a beautiful woman like that, I would buy Starbucks every single day.
Aw.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, he's talking about you?
Yeah, well, I mean, are you a woman?
I did
Do
say
you have
woman.
pieces that I'm not supposed to know about?
I just heard beautiful.
Oh,
I
okay.
assumed it was me.
You don't get
Hey,
that.
you know, before the show, I was trying to get her to wink at me, and I still haven't got my wink yet.
You might have to work a little harder.
Might look
Hey.
like I'm twitching.
Hey, you know, speaking of asking out, you know, I went to the movies this weekend, and I went to go watch Little.
Oh, was that good?
Yeah, it was okay. Wasn't the greatest movie I've ever seen. And I started, you know, we started talking about scary movies
Okay.
last week, and so I wanted to talk about scary movies.
Go watch
this
Pet
week.
Cemetery.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna go watch it on Tuesday. Is it
Let me
good?
know. It's different,
Yeah,
for sure. It's a different movie.
yeah.
It's different from the original. If anybody's ever watched it, no spoilers, but yeah, it's completely different. There's some aspects that I liked in this part that I didn't like in the, each one has like one up over each other,
Okay.
for sure.
I like the original one a lot. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen the second one, but I did like the original one because it was kind of different. It broke my heart though when the little boy,
Gage.
gets run over by that truck.
The husband just pissed me off the whole goddamn time.
What would
in
the
in
husband
part
do?
1, like in the original.
Yeah.
Because you would think after they told him, they don't come back the same. There was more. I mean, there wouldn't be a movie if anybody listened to me in a fucking scary movie. I'm pretty sure we have all been that person. Like, don't go in there. Don't
Right.
open the door. They're right there. But it's just like, dude. Okay, there was signs. The ending. When he brings back the wife in the end.
Yeah.
After there's so many warnings. The first part, when he brought back Gage, came out like a psycho fucking baby, like Chucky on crack, and you want to go ahead and bring back the wife and. If you died, that's on you because you're stupid. Like,
But that's love. He loved his wife. He loved his kid.
I'm
He
sorry.
wanted them back. Hey, didn't the little boy have a little sister in that movie?
Yeah.
older sister.
What happened to the sister?
She was chilling in Boston with her
With the grandparents.
With the grandparents.
Oh,
yeah.
they sent her back?
Well,
Yeah.
they sent her with the mom, and the mom decided to come back by
Because she
herself.
was worried about her husband.
Oh, okay. I had
That's
no
why
idea.
she comes back. Now, if you watch the remake, a lot of that is different. So you got to really watch the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they kind of, just by looking at the preview, they kind of flipped the script a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Without any spoilers in the commercials, if anybody has seen the commercials, it's the little girl this time.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
you can just tell in the commercials. I ain't ruined nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the roles have switched.
Have you ever gone on a date to see a scary movie?
Yeah.
What scary movie was it?
Damn, it's been a lot. Like
Is that your
I
first
saw-
date, the scary movies?
No, I love scary movies. Like I really, really love scary movies. I was like, damn, like I've been on a lot of like scary movie dates. Like I really had to sit there and think of one. Well, I saw The Nun, and I didn't think that was scary.
I didn't either. I saw that movie.
I kind of thought it was corny only because like Mary leads the way, and like
Yeah.
that part was like, I'm done, I'm good.
It didn't match any. Isn't it like tied into Insidious and all that?
No. The Conjuring ones.
The Conjuring. Yeah, there we go.
I just felt like they overhyped her.
Yeah.
Like even in the Annabelle movie, I
I
thought
liked Annabelle.
No, I did. I liked it too. I didn't see. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw a little bit of the original Annabelle, and I was like, oh, I'm okay. And then when I saw Creation, I was a little bit more into it. I
Yeah.
was skeptical at first. I was like, oh, okay.
When you went to go see The Nun, or when you see any scary movie with your dates, you kind of jump. Yeah.
Unless it's loud noise, but that's not because it's scary. I'm just like sensitive to loud noise, and I just jump. If you ever want to take me to a scary movie, me being scared is going to be during a shark movie. That's not even a scary movie, but I cannot. That just puts fear in my eyes. I cannot. I start to freak the fuck out. with shark
Wait a minute.
movies. I can't. Like, I will literally, like, my heart will start pounding. I'm like,
So if they take you to go see Jaws,
yeah, no. Okay,
that's
so
the
I went to
movie
go
right
see.
there?
Actually, one of the first dates I had, was I went to go see that movie 48 Meters Below, something like that, with Mandy Moore and the other chick.
I love
yeah,
Mandy
yeah.
Moore, by the way. What?
You literally gave me the straightest face in the world. I love Mandy Moore.
I do. I love, when she came out in that. When she came out in that movie, oh man, what's the movie called? You know, the one where she has cancer.
Oh, Walk to Remember.
Walk to Remember. I cry.
Well, that's anybody.
Well, most guys don't cry. in scary
I
movies.
did like a Walk to Remember. I mean, talking about the movie, but okay. So back to
Alfred only cries in Pornhub.
I only cry on what?
Pornhub.
Sometimes. Have you seen some of the acting? It's sometimes very sad.
oh my god.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
I liked her too, by the way. I can't say it anymore because you make me laugh.
Well, you said it so serious. I love Mandy Moore. I'm just
Well,
like, okay, like
she's very
but like
a very
you're
beautiful woman.
like my God, like you sounded like
It
you were
didn't
taking a
even
lie
sound like an
detector
opinion. It
test.
sounded like a statement.
Yeah, like if Mandy Moore, if you're like tuning in,
Mandy Moore, if you're tuning in, I know you're recently
You have a
divorced.
stalker now.
you're not.
It could
You will
easily
be.
it could easily be arranged. If Mandy Moore hits me up, call me anytime. Anytime after 8
He might
o'clock.
be dead
I might be, but
after his wife sees us.
you just gotta take care of me and my 4 kids. Go ahead. Back to
She
you.
could.
Yeah, right. She could sing to me like she did in Tangled
Oh my God.
or in Walk. What is the movie
Walk
called?
to Remember. Well,
Walk to
for someone who loves her so goddamn much, you seem to not know what the movie is.
And it comes out like on TBS once every week. It seems, and there I am watching it every week. I don't know
Crying
why.
every week.
I do, and I'm like, oh, this time it won't make me cry, but it gets to me every time. Wow. Especially when she starts singing, it's just so beautiful. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Yeah, the 48 Meters movie or whatever. Like, I was honestly, like, I was holding on, to, well, now my boyfriend, my arm, and I was squishing it, and like he just looked at me like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm not trying to be cute. I'm not trying to be that bitch. Okay, I'm really fucking scared. Like, my heart hurts. I'm about to have a heart attack in this movie theater." And he's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Dude, because like I get such anxiety like looking at a bitch about to die." I'm like, "Oh my God." And then when I went to go see that one shark movie that came out that it was like a real the
Meg.
Oh my God, I wanted to die. But I was like watching these movies. I like being scared personally. And these other movies don't do it for me. It's just, I know, I'm lame. It's shark movies that do it for me. But, oh my God, I wanted to have a heart attack the whole time. My heart, the fact that I didn't exit the theater in an ambulance amazes me. Like,
I went to the. You know what? Next time, we're gonna watch Jaws.
bitch.
The whole trilogy.
The whole trilogy?
No, because Ali, you might die of a heart attack watching part 1 because it's the best one. But when you watch 2, 3, and 4, you might just die of boredom.
I didn't like 3 at all. Like,
Oh God, that part 3 is like the worst.
Part
No,
2
part
was-
4 is probably the worst.
which one was part 4 again? Was that the one where it's like the sharks knew?
Well, all of them are the new sharks, but part 4 is where the wife. I guess it's chasing the wife.
I didn't
this
even know
time.
there was a part 4.
Yeah, there's a part 4, and the shark somehow ends up all the way in Hawaii, chasing.
Wow.
I guess it's trying to kill the wife because it's the baby shark or something remembers. It's trying to avenge the death of his mama.
You sing that song a lot, right, Baby Shark?
Yeah, baby shark. You must not be able to sing that song then.
No, I know I'm able to sing that. I ain't that stupid. But I've seen it because I remember my friends were like, "Oh my God, have you heard the song?" And I'm like, "What song?" And the biggest mistake of my life was asking what song.
Have you heard the banda version? No. There's a banda version to Baby Shark.
I don't even want to hear it.
My brother heard this podcast last week where we were talking about my ex-girlfriend memory, and
Memory.
he gave me he sent me the little emoji where, they're like putting
covering the face.
Yeah, covering the face. And so I remembered, since we're talking about scary movies, you're afraid of sharks, right? I am terrified of alien movies.
So you can't do like the alien movies at all, like Alien versus Predator.
I could do those because those don't look like real aliens to me.
The
So you can't watch like
No.
Signs?
I can't watch Signs. I can't watch E.T.
Bro, really, E.T.?
Well, he looks like an uncircumcised penis to me, running around.
I'm
Don't
sure.
ask how I
I'm sure you
know.
had a lot of dreams of uncircumcised penis chasing you.
No, E.T.
Through the field.
After watching E.T., No, E.T. I think what happened with E.T., honest to God, is I remember I watched it as a kid. I think it came out when I was like in second grade. And I remember, for those that know Huntington Park very well, I went to the California Theater right here on Pacific Boulevard to watch that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No
and
way.
it was a ghetto theater, by the way, for those that don't know.
Well, we do have people that look like that here.
Well,
in Huntington
no, there was
Park.
I remember rats used to run across the screen.
Yeah. That used to be a real big
And
problem
then
back
you walk through on the floor and you just hear your feet used to get stuck. I used to think it was like butter that fell on the floor, but after I found out what they were doing in the theater, I kind of have an idea of what it was, and it wasn't butter. Anyways, so I remember watching this movie, and I remember I cried because my mom didn't drive, so I remember we were at a bus stop, and I remember I was crying. It's funny how you remember things when you're, from being a kid. And fast forward maybe 10 years later, when I was like already, I don't know what, 10th grade or something. I think that's 10 years. I might be off. My math might be off. Oh, yeah, that's way off. Jeez. Maybe, all right, fast forward 6 years later, 8th grade or something. And I fell asleep watching a movie on TV. And I fell asleep. I guess the TV, you have the TV right in front of you and you put your arm and you just lay your head there and you kind of fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I think I fell asleep just like that. And then I popped my head up when I woke up, and it was E.T.'s big head on the screen. And it was screaming because I think it was the part where he just sees.
Opens up the closet.
Yes. And you know how they zoom in on his face. And I think ever since then, I just can't watch E.T. It traumatized the hell out of me.
It's E.T. Okay,
I ran out of the room crying.
No, you didn't.
I did. I ran out of the room crying. I went looking for my mom. Eighth grader, and I go out of the room crying. And my mom's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, I go, E.T. scared the crap out of me. And she's like, "It's E.T." I'm like, "No, I won't." It scared me. To this day, I will not watch E.T.
I should go to Universal Studios and get you an E.T. toy and just like stuff it in your bed one day.
You may never see me again. I may not wake up. I may just pass out and never wake up again. That might be the end of me. But
make some plans with your wife. Like, look, we gotta fool him.
I know she wants my insurance money, by the way, so that might work.
Do you have life insurance?
I do.
You really do?
I really do. Well, she pays for it.
Oh.
So, you know what the worst part about that is?
What?
If I die, if I get divorced and I die, she still gets my insurance.
Like, even if you divorce and you remarry?
Yeah, because
for
she's
her.
paying.
She's paying for it.
I know. I gotta rethink this.
Like, good for her. Cindy, you need help with the sniper? Like, I'm good. I will stand on the fucking roof. I'll just like, good. I played so much Call of Duty. Like, let's roll.
Have you ever walked out of a scary movie? Like, walked out because you're terrified?
No. I wanted to walk out because I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
I walked out of, back to Aliens again. I walked out of Fire in the Sky. Have you ever heard of that movie?
Yes, I have. It's actually a very good movie.
I'm going to watch it.
Don't watch that movie.
Why? Is Alfred?
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
No,
Like,
do
it's
not
good?
watch that
Yeah.
movie. It is a very traumatizing movie.
But then again, you're not a big horror guy. That's
I
why.
like horror films.
I
I like slasher films. But alien movies, no.
Have you seen Hellfest? That's a cool new age slasher.
I have not yet.
You would like it. If you like 80s slasher movies, you would definitely like Hellfest. That is like, it totally gives you the 80s slasher vibe.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I see. I'll watch that. Fire in the Sky will not. I went with Memory. Shut up.
Memory.
We tend to talk a lot about fucking memory.
She left me the best memories of my life.
I guess so.
I went with Memory to go watch. We went to the mall, Lakewood Mall, and these have a theater right there. I don't know if they still do they?
No.
Lakewood,
Lakewood
no.
Mall?
Oh, Lakewood? No.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
there's a theater not in the mall, but like beside the mall.
No,
Yeah.
well, this one
It's
was.
called Pacific Theaters.
Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, no, it wasn't that one. It was the one. There used to be one like on the other side of the mall where like there's a Lucky's or an Albertsons at now. Well, anyways, so we went to this movie, and she's like, "Let's go to the movie." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I'm like, "What movie do you want to watch?" And she's like, "Anything." So we get to the thing, and I'm like, "All right, what movie do you want to watch?" And she's like, "Well, let's watch Fire in the Sky." So of course, when you're going out with a girl, you don't want to look like a
A pussy.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, I'm going to watch it. No problem. I tell her, I'm afraid of aliens, though, right? And she's like, oh, you'll be fine. I go, it's based on a true story, supposedly. She's like, you'll be fine. I'm like, all right. Let me just get my popcorn, and I'll close my eyes during the scary parts.
And he should not watch District 10.
No, I should not.
Was it District 9?
District 9.
District 9. So you won't watch The Fourth Kind?
No, I won't even watch the movie Signs.
And The Fourth Kind is such a good movie.
No, I will not watch Signs either.
Signs is actually a pretty good movie.
I'll
too.
watch Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but that's comedy. It's parody.
So I'm watching. So we're watching all the trailers,
Yeah.
and then the movie Fire in the Sky starts. And I'm sitting there eating my popcorn, and she's sitting next to me, and we're just sitting there. And all of a sudden, I think it starts off with like a guy driving a truck trying to get away from this spaceship, and I think the spaceship's following him or whatever, and he ends up like in a cornfield, I believe, or something, and then like the spaceship light just starts shining on him, and he comes down, and you just see him looking up. As soon as we saw that part, I said, "Look, we're getting the hell out of this theater." I made her get up, and we walked out and went home because I was like,
She
"No."
wasn't mad at you?
She was a little upset, but it was. I
You
told
know-
her, "Look, you didn't." That was the only
Like, I
time.
forewarned you.
This is the only time I actually had balls.
Yeah, it seems like
because I told her.
every memory story that you have come out worse for wear, man. I don't get it.
No, this is the only time I had balls. I said, "Look, I warned you. I'm terrified of aliens. I am not gonna die tonight." I go, "I'll take." And plus, I paid the $20, so shut up. We're going home, and the popcorn, so we're going home. So yeah, we went home, and that's the only time I walked out of a scary movie.
So you'll watch Alien versus Predator at least, right?
Yeah, I'll watch
like
Alien
those
versus
alien movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because you ever seen the little Time Life commercials where they used to draw the aliens, and they all have that like oval, like the shape head.
Yeah.
Well, those are the aliens that scare me.
Wow.
So if I wear a backpack that has an alien head on it, you're gonna like
Stay away
freak
from me.
the fuck out?
Yeah, it might.
Do it.
Oh, look who's talking, Miss Scared of Jaws.
Yeah, but if you have a fucking shark T-shirt, I ain't gonna flip my lid and jump the other way and be like, "Oh, that's a dope shirt." Like, but don't ever take me to the beach because I'll freak the fuck out. Like, I'm like,
I'm gonna show you the movie Jaws, and then we're gonna go hang out at the pier.
So, yeah, I was gonna say you don't hang out at the pier.
Doo 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 doo.
no, because like I showed a picture. There's just like one meme that says, or it's not even a meme. It's like what people scared of the water see. So it's like a level, and there's a boat on top, and on the bottom you see a bunch of like big ass sea creatures. It's like that's exactly what I fucking picture. Like,
Wow.
So you couldn't watch Finding Nemo?
I can watch Finding Nemo. I ain't that
Well, there's a
stupid.
Jaws, Bruce.
But Bruce is cute. Fish are friends.
Not food.
Yeah. See, I'm not scared. See, you E.T. bro. After E.T. you have no one up over me. It's E.T.
E.T. I already told you what he looks like. You imagine him chasing you all over the house.
It's E.T.
He's still an
He's got
alien.
one good punch, and that's about it.
There is one thing I like about E.T. He likes one of my favorite candies, Reese's Pieces. I love Reese's Pieces.
See, just throw him a Reese's Pieces and run away.
Catch them in a box, you know.
What's your favorite slasher film?
Slasher?
Or who's your favorite slasher?
I would have to say I want to Freddy Krueger, because my favorite I guess you can say like saga would have to be Hellraiser, but I don't like 1 and 2.
I like Hellraiser.
Well, I like part 3 too. Once you hit part 4, it's just
Yeah,
stuff.
part 3 was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it up to part 3 because it starts to connect to each other.
Which one's the
Part
one where they go to
4
outer space?
That's part 4.
Okay.
Part 4 was interesting. I felt like they should have stopped after that, just because it explains how the Layman configuration was built, yada yada. So I guess after part 4, but part 5 I was so upset because he only made a cameo appearance for like 2 seconds. But I did meet him.
Did you?
Yes,
Oh,
I did meet
nice
him.
guy.
Yes.
Intimidating.
No, he's
No?
old. He's so old.
Oh, I thought he'd be intimidating because you're used to seeing him with the pinhead.
No, but I was never
Makeup.
scared of Pinhead though. Like
No?
I have a lot of Pinhead like items and clothing with them, and just I don't know. I've always found it interesting.
Who took you to see your first scary movie?
I want to say it was my mom.
I think it's a Latino thing.
But see,
Scary movies?
Yeah,
No.
taking their kids to see scary
You,
movies.
you
They
just
like scaring
gotta
the crap
you
out
gotta
of
have a taste for it. That's all.
but not only that, like I wouldn't take my kids too young. Like if I had kids, but it's just you don't want your kids being scared later on.
you. Yeah,
Have you taken your kids to see scary movies?
yeah. I started watching them when I was like, well, if you count E.T., since I was in second grade.
It's not a scary movie.
My mom used to take me. Well, my favorite slasher is Michael Myers. I love Michael Myers. I always thought he was the most realistic, like slasher. As far as like,
Well, yeah, because
The
Jason,
story.
you have that died and then got brought back to life and
Yeah.
became like supersonically strong.
yeah,
And then Freddy Krueger is more of a supernatural.
He scared me though. The first one scared me because
Freddy Krueger is scary. See, I
Yeah.
want to meet that man. Robert England, if
Oh.
you're watching this, what's up?
Freddy used to scare me because if you know, for
the
those
face.
people that, yeah, well, not only that, but I didn't, there was, I'll tell you my Nightmare on Elm Street. But when you used to watch, I mean, when you used to have dreams at night and then you wouldn't, you know, you'd always wake up before you died. You know, if you were falling off a cliff, you'd wake up. If you were gonna crash, you'd wake up. And so when you saw Friday, I think when you saw Nightmare on Elm Street, and you would die in the dream, so you would die in real life. I think
Yeah.
it traumatized me. Like I think even more. Like
He's
I had to
awake
wake
the
up.
whole time.
Yeah, I was like, oh hell no, I
I
better
didn't die
not
in my
sleep.
dreams. I think every dream I've had since I was like a teenager was horror movie related, and it was actually a very good dream for me.
But what I'm saying is, I think like when you know, it was something where you would just wonder like, why don't I ever die in my dreams? Like, you know, because you'd always wake up, and then when you'd watch Nightmare on Elm Street, it's just like,
That's why I don't know.
oh yeah. And then my mom and my uncle George, shout out to my uncle George, the most evil person I know. They used to play pranks on us. And if you remember in that movie, the first Nightmare on Elm Street, Johnny Depp,
Oh,
when he answers the phone,
Oh.
and was it Johnny Depp?
No, it's the girl Nancy with the tongue.
Oh yeah, when we had a phone just like that, and I remember me and my cousin were watching the movie at home on VHS, and then my uncle had his own phone line, and then we had the home phone line, and they had the little rotating the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they planned, I guess, on pranking us. So as soon as that part happened, me and my cousin were already like terrified. As soon as that part happens, the phone starts ringing in the house. And we're like, and my mom was like, oh, I'm in the restroom, go answer the phone. And I don't know where my uncle said he was. And we're like, no. And he's like, go answer the phone. I'm like, no. I go, the truck's going to come out. No. Go answer the phone. Okay. So I go, hello? And then you just hear my uncle, hello, David. I was like, hell no. So, I mean, that's why, like, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street used to scare the crap out of me. But you know which one really got to me? I don't know which part it was. It's the one where they're in a diner, where the girl keeps, the thing keeps repeating, part 4, where she's with her boyfriend.
Dream Child, I believe it is.
Right, which one is it?
I think it's Dream Child.
Part 4. I think it is Dream Child. And her and her boyfriend, or the guy she likes, are in a van, and they're trying to go back, and they keep going in and out of the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
And it just keeps happening,
Yeah,
that
it's a
same
truck.
sequence,
It's a
right?
truck,
In the truck.
yeah.
There's a scene there where Freddy is the waitress, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
he serves her pizza, and you get the pizza, and they're a bunch of little heads.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't eat sausage for like 5 years after that. I did not have no sausage, no meatballs, no. And I remember, and there was a good pizza place, and they're like, "You want?" Nope, don't you dare give me that sausage. Come on, you got to have a traumatizing moment, and one besides the shark.
No, I think what scared me, because I started watching scary stuff really young. So I think the first things that would ever scare me were Goosebumps. When I used to see Night of the Living Dummy, that was the first thing that scared me. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I had a lot of toys in my room, and I'd be like in my bed, just looking everywhere, like when I was gonna come to life. I know it, like, or Chucky. But
Oh,
that was
Chucky.
more of a childhood thing, because now I watch it and I just think it's, it's cool, it's funny,
It's just something.
cute, you
Yeah.
know.
I like Child's Play.
But that's about it. But see, my mom was traumatized over The Exorcist because she saw that when she was 4 years old. And see, that's understandable. That bitch is ugly, okay?
I was gonna ask her out.
What? I go, what?
That's why I married Cindy. She reminded me of The Exorcist.
Bitch.
Wow.
I better edit that.
You're
part out.
gonna
You
die
better edit that
tonight.
part out, okay? You ain't
You're
gonna
gonna die
get any
tonight.
nookie for like a year.
Hey, yeah, actually, you know what scared me as a kid, and this is because of my father on one of them, and then the others just because it was creepy to me at the time. The Shining, and the only reason why The Shining is because it wasn't the movie that bugged me. It was the fact that my father decided to play a prank on me and come up the stairs with an axe
Right. Oh.
and call my name and scared the crap out of me.
Oh no.
But I love the movie. I mean, anybody
never seen my
who
I would have never either. I would never
really I mean, I would recommend that movie to anybody. The Shining.
I love The Shining.
The other one is a movie. It's a vampire movie, an older one called Salem's Lot.
I've seen
I've
that
seen
one.
it.
And the reason why it scared me because there's a scene in there where a kid starts tapping on the window.
Yeah.
Well, I lived in a 2-story studio with an avocado tree next to my window. So when the wind would hit it, you'd hear a little tap, and it scared the really crap out of me. So because I'm thinking this kid's coming up to my window.
See, you guys get scared over the weirdest things.
No, but I mean, you know,
But it's your mind.
it's your mind playing tricks on you.
Penis.
Thank God I'm not gay, huh? I mean,
then you'd have some really good dreams.
no, I'm saying I'd never have a boyfriend.
No.
I'd be single
Could
for
be.
the rest of my life.
Well, you would have one, but they would have to be circumcised.
Yeah, they would. I'd be like, that'd be the first
The
question.
question?
Are you cut or uncut? mushroom or elephant trunk? Here we go again. How do we always end up talking about stuff?
That's you.
You know, when I was a kid, too, my grandmother used to love scary movies. And we used to go to the video store. For those who don't know what a video store is, that was a big store that was bigger than Redbox. And we used to go, and they used to have the VHS. It's 3 for $5.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you would get, your 3 favorite movies, watch it. My grandmother, though, she didn't care. Every Saturday she had to rent movies. And I remember one time we went to the video store, and I was like 13, 14, and they always had the cutest girls that would work there, and they were like 19, 20. But they were always like, when a boy hits 13, 14, that's the hormone change. So I'd see them, I'd be like, oh, hello. And they never pay attention to me. Well, they would. They'd be like, oh, you're so cute. And you'd think, oh, yeah. Don't call me cute, though. So I remember we went up to the counter, and we rented 3 movies. And one was supposed to be a vampire movie. And we go home, pop in the VHS, and all of a sudden you just see a bunch of girls washing a red car in bikinis. And my grandmother in Spanish, she goes, ¿Y qué es esto? For those that don't understand Spanish, like, what's this? And I go, I don't know. I go, it's a movie with the girls washing. I go, maybe that's the way the movie starts. And she's like, oh, okay. So we keep watching it for maybe another 30 seconds. And then next thing you know, the girl takes off her top. And my grandmother's like, ay, Dios mío. She's like, tápate los ojos, tápate los ojos. Like, I'm 13. I'm like, okay. So I have my, I have my eyes kind of peeking open. And then it ended up being a porn. So she got so mad. She made me walk. It was like 3 blocks down, and I had to go turn this porn. It was an accident. I mean, no, I didn't pick it.
Was it the wrong tape in the box?
Yeah, the girl handed us the wrong tape, I guess. So I had to walk back and tell these very cute girls that they ended up giving me a porn by accident. And they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't tell them what it was. I just said, you gave me the wrong movie. And they're like, oh. And they popped it open. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, okay.
They didn't ask you if you learned anything?
No. They didn't. But yeah, so that was my favorite mix-up horror film. My oldest son, though, he's getting into old horror films. He watched, I don't know if it's considered horror, that Killer Clowns.
From Outer Space?
Yes.
That was such a lame movie. Such a lame movie.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
And
I remember my family's in that movie, by the way.
I had a girl that used to work with me and say, I'm so terrified of clowns, especially this one movie, and I had never seen it before. And I said, hey, I seen it on sale for like $5. I actually bought it and watched the movie. I'm like, this shit is what you're really scared of? Like, oh yeah, freaks me the hell out.
Faces are so ugly.
Well, there was a fat one. That's the one they call me. They say I'm the fat one. Then there's a little short, chubby one.
I thought it was. I mean, I didn't think it was a scary movie, but I enjoyed the movie for what it was. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, clown movie, cool. All right. Now, if you are scared of clowns, there is a movie called Clown. It used to be on Netflix.
I did see it.
That is an awesome movie. If anybody is scared of clowns,
it's nice.
You should not watch that movie.
It's pretty good.
It is an awesome movie. You should watch it. I would honestly recommend it for people if you're scared of clowns, do not watch it alone.
I used to watch this movie called Clown House.
I've
I used
seen
to
it.
love that movie, and it was about three psycho guys that break out of like a psych ward.
Yeah.
And they end up beating up these clowns and
Taking
killing
their
them, and then they end up dressing and torturing this little kid that is traumatized of clowns. And I didn't know that the guy that plays his older brother in that movie is actually the dad in the remake of Poltergeist.
Okay.
So he plays the kid's older brother. But anyway, so the movie, I used to watch that movie a lot, but then I found out that the guy that directed the movie is also the guy that directed Jeepers Creepers. But that guy is a convicted child molester, so I banned that movie from.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, he actually molested the star of the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, and he ended up, when he got out of jail, I guess he ended up directing Jeepers Creepers. So now I don't watch Jeepers Creepers anymore.
Wow.
It's on my list of no.
No,
But that movie, besides that, I mean, it was an actual good movie. And I hate clowns. I hate clowns. I hate aliens.
What about the dolls when they come to life, like Puppet Master?
I'm not a big fan of Puppet Master.
I love them. I actually bought some of the
I saw
figures.
that as a kid, and I was like, "Fuck that shit." Mm-mm. I mean, I didn't say that as a kid, but you know, in my little terms, I probably said, "Fuck this shit."
I was afraid of. Sounded like Porky Pig there.
That's all, folks.
I was afraid of Chucky.
Yeah, I was too. I remember watching it, but no, Puppet Master. I remember one specific part was that ugly little bitch throwing up like.
Oh, the leeches.
The
leeches.
leech woman. Yeah.
I was like, but why? How do you even sew so many in there? I had so many questions. I really did. I was like, watching it. Came out on Channel 5 one day after the cartoons, and my dumbass watching it. Oh, this is interesting. It's about toys, you know.
How about Friday the 13th? Do you like Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. I think it's dope.
Yeah.
And
Don't watch Jason Goes to Hell. I mentioned that on the last podcast. Don't watch Jason Goes to Hell.
well, originally Jason Goes to Hell was supposed to be Ash from Evil Dead
Yeah.
versus Jason originally, and I think that's
Oh, I
why
did not
it
know
got
that.
all mixed up.
Oh, okay.
That's why you see the Necromonicon, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what they tried to make it seem like Jason's mom brought Jason back to life with the book.
Oh, that would make sense.
That's the reason why the movie was kind of in a tanker. It was supposed to originally be that. So
What ended up happening? Why didn't they?
I don't know why they didn't do it. I think it was different broadcasting. Like, for example, Jason versus Freddy originally was supposed to end with Pinhead stopping the fight. If you look
Oh.
into it, that was the original ending that they wanted to do. But since
Maybe they should have did that because that movie blew.
I
Yeah.
would have been like, oh my god. You know?
Yeah, I don't remember that. You know, when I watched it, I mean, I was already like 20 something, but when I watched it, it wasn't as bad as now. When I watch it, I'm just like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, have you ever watched movies now that you watched back then and you didn't hate them back then, but you're like, what the fuck was I thinking
Yes.
now?
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of the Friday the 13th movies and Nightmare on Elm
Well, I can't
Streets
watch
and-
any of those mainstream movies
Halloween.
like that. They just bore me.
Yeah,
Well, Halloween, the only movie I'm just like, was part 3, but the only because it was different.
right.
But it was supposed to be because the Halloween movies weren't supposed to be about Michael Myers. I look a lot
Right.
into these movies, but 1 and 2 was about Michael Myers, obviously. But part 3, they wanted to basically make each Halloween movie a different thing that happens on Halloween night.
And that was the reason why I like part 3 because
It was something different,
It was
yeah.
something different.
And then they wanted to make every Halloween was supposed to be a different story. But since you made 1 and 2 about Michael Myers, everybody was like, what the fuck, man?
That's how I was when I saw it. I remember,
So they brought back Michael Myers.
yeah, I saw it as a kid on like Channel 5, like at night. It was like a Halloween marathon that they used to do, like a bunch of slasher films. And they put on Halloween 3, and I'm like, oh, Michael Myers. And I'm like, and then I just see like, what
On the
is-
mask, on the TV.
and the little song they used to sing.
Silver Shamrock song.
Yeah.
I still play that in Halloween.
I
Every
got so
Halloween
mad.
that comes around, I still play that.
I did. I got mad. I turned off the TV. I'm like, where the hell's Michael Myers?
Yeah, see, so that's why when I watch it now, I'm like, oh, I enjoy the movie for what it was, for what it is.
Yeah. What'd you think of the Halloween 2018?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I did.
Wasn't bad.
I didn't think it was a bad movie. I thought because if you watch all the Michael Myers movies, there's a lot of stories that don't make any fucking sense. Like you have a story here, a story there, everywhere.
But you gotta
and
remember
nothing
that
really aligns.
These new movies, they're too fast.
They're gonna make a part 3.
Yeah, but it's just
Yeah.
too fast. I mean, a lot of these
But we
older
have short
movies,
attention spans.
and I think that's what it is because a lot of these movies before, you hear a sound and you leave it to the imagination. Where this is just like,
Yeah.
and you're done.
Well, he was more violent in this movie,
Yeah.
which I did like because in the first movie, I guess the actual part one, right, which it's connected to.
Yeah.
Michael Myers was not as violent. He was more. That's why it scared me, I think, as a kid, because it came off more natural. Like I could see somebody actually.
Well, they played off your
breaking
fears.
it. Yeah.
They played off your own fears
Yeah.
in the first one.
Well, I'm saying, like, there was no blood in the first one. If you really think about it.
Not as much.
No, I don't think there was any at all. I think only was when Lori got cut, but nothing like. It wasn't a gore. I guess there was no gore like there is now. And if you watch back part one, he just more. How can I say it? Like, he took his time. He knew, it was just like. On this one, I like that he was more violent because he's been locked up for.
I think they were trying to make up for, like, taking away his street cred. You
Yeah.
know, they took away all the movies, so they wanted to be like, okay, we're gonna fast forward to part 2, make this fool,
But it made sense because he had been locked up for how many years? 40
like
years?
40, right?
Yeah, it's been
40 years.
It
I
was that
mean-
itch that needed to be scratched.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, when people were like, "Oh, he's too violent," I'm like, "Well, you get locked up for 40 years, and let's see how you react." I'm sure you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm out. I can do
Have
whatever
some
I want."
unfinished killing.
Yeah,
business.
I mean, look at a dog. If you look at a dog when he's only chained up, once it's let go, they let go. And that's how me and my sex life is. When I'm let go,
I was gonna make a comment. I was like, sounds like you know that from experience.
Have you seen The Terrifier?
yes, I have.
What'd you think of it?
Why you laugh?
What'd you think
It
about
was better than Slender Man. I'll tell you that much. Have you seen Slender Man?
No, actually,
Don't
I
watch that
didn't
movie.
watch it because everybody told me it was stupid. Was
No,
it stupid?
stupid's not the word. If there's a word worse than stupid, I'd give you. I saw Bye Bye Man. I
Were
saw
you
Slender
terrified
Man.
of it though? Like,
I didn't like Bye Bye Man.
That movie was
I didn't bother watching Slender Man.
Slender Man was horrible,
was it really? Because
Yeah.
I like watching horror
I fell
movies.
asleep.
It's just.
and I never
No.
fall asleep in them.
Did you fall asleep during The Terrifier?
No.
Because I saw All Hallows Eve, which has Art the Clown in it from The
Yeah.
Terrifier. That one was a little bit traumatizing. Not traumatizing, but just, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think about it when I drive. Because if you guys watched All Hallows Eve, he follows the girl in a car.
Right.
And I'm over here like thinking, oh my god, what if he's in the next car? In the middle of the night driving by myself.
I used to be like that. I'm still like that.
But it's my brain getting to me. I'm like, oh shit.
No, I could not sit in an aisle seat when I used to go watch horror films.
What?
I always thought somebody would grab me.
Wow. You really are terrified of horror movies, huh?
I really am. Why do you laugh? First, the Mandy Moore thing, and now
Okay, the Mandy Moore thing says your voice deepened. You looked at me so straight, like look at me. Look at how much I love her.
I
Hey,
do. She's
you-
a very beautiful woman.
You're like, I love Mandy Moore.
love
I'm like,
Mandy Moore.
okay.
You know, you got a real beautiful woman right next to you too. I'm still kind of jealous of that.
I can't make a comment because Mandy Moore might get jealous. If she's listening,
Hey,
I don't
make-
want to ruin any chances. I
You know
have
what?
Mandy Moore.
with Mandy Moore.
I'll make comments all day.
You know who I used to have a big crush on? Now that I just thought about it, don't you laugh?
Oh my god, she better be cute because if
She-
she's ugly,
she
Was it
cute.
Betty from the Flintstones?
No, she was cute too. No,
Was it Bugs Bunny when he dressed it up like a girl
no,
bunny? Oh.
it
I used
was
to love when he used to dress up as a girl.
Amanda Bynes.
Oh God.
Bro, she crazy now. She probably met you and then she went off fucking crazy after that
I met
shit.
Melissa Joan Hart. She fell in love with me.
I love Melissa Joan Hart.
I could have been David Hart.
You take her name?
True, I would. She's got the money. True story. We went to a baseball game. I went to a baseball game. She was one of the celebrities playing in that game, and she kept smiling at me. She got me 2 autographed baseballs from my favorite player. I was like, oh man, I feel this connection. We could have been married.
And so what happened? You didn't talk to her? Obviously.
I was dating Cindy and I had a kid.
Oh, good. See,
So-
Cindy, the love is real.
See what you did, Justice?
Wow.
Don't blame your child.
No, I did not like. Anyways, back to the Terrifier. No, it was okay.
I just
It was better
think
than Slender Man.
The movie is not for the faint of heart.
No.
Like, if you are not a gory person, do not watch that.
Yeah.
I haven't
don't.
seen it yet, so maybe
Don't watch it.
Do
I'll
you
watch
like
it
gore?
tonight.
You like-
Are
yeah.
you a gory person?
Yeah.
You like Saw and all them?
Yeah, it's like that.
You know, I'm not a big Saw guy.
in the
'cause-
gore area.
In the gore area, yes, I love it.
They watch.
But I'm not a big Saw.
They're already making. I was at Monsterpalooza a couple days ago, and I was overhearing people that they're already making a part 2, and they already have the script for part 3 of The Terrifier. So
Wow.
It's gonna be a trilogy going on.
I'm a zombie guy, so I mean, I love gore.
I like the Human Centipede.
Oh, I can't
Now, the
with
first-
that movie.
you know
That's
what?
just disgusting.
The
That's not a
first-
horror
I saw the
movie.
Sexapede.
The first one was not that bad because of the curiosity thing, but the second one just
Don't.
Have you seen the Sexapede?
no, I have not.
That's a very good. That's a very.
I don't even want to know. I
It
don't
was
want
on
to know.
Cinemax or the movie
No,
channel.
the-
One of those.
The Human Centipede is a disgusting ass movie.
No, I'm just kidding.
It
I
was-
saw it once,
It was meant to be.
and I wanted to kill myself. I was just like, oh no, why?
Hey, all right. How about? Oh my, what is it called? The Strangers.
No.
Is that the one where they
I
break
liked
into the
part
house?
2
Yeah.
more than part 1. Part 1 was very, you're going around, but you know, it's based, I heard it was based on a true story, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it was. It was
yeah.
based on true events or something,
So
right?
the first part, I think all that happened, but part 2, I didn't hate it. I think I liked it more than part
Yeah.
1 because it reminded me of a slasher flick. You'd have to watch it. Part
Yeah.
2, you know, it kind of reminds me of a slasher flick, just because, like, you know, they're terrorizing the family. They're going one by one. You know,
The mom was hot in that movie, by the way.
I don't remember the mom.
She had-
I know she had like red hair,
Yeah, she was
like big, like
blessed.
Peggy.
She was blessed. I'm serious. She's natural too. I kid you not. Why do you?
Do you
give me-
only look at women in movies? Like, goddamn.
I look at
There's
guys
men
in
too?
movies too. I seen Alfred in the movie.
Hey, I deleted that movie, by the way.
I can send you one of my movies.
It's gonna be him and ET.
Don't-
Sharing a bowl of
don't
Reese's
mention ET.
Pieces.
I'm not gonna be able to get out of. You know, people are so mean. I tell people I'm afraid of ET, and they send me pictures of ET at like 8 o'clock at night when I'm trying to walk
Good.
out
I'm
of here.
gonna do that shit too. I'm
Don't
gonna send
you
you
dare.
like a nasty or ET's like eating somebody or
No,
some shit.
don't send me that, especially when I'm driving back from
I get
Arizona.
blocked. I get
You might if I'm driving back from Arizona and you
The
send me
car
that.
swerves.
Shoot, I'll be traumatized, especially when you're going all desert. Hell no. That's what I'm looking for. I'm like, what the hell's the alien at? Because everybody's like, oh yeah, have you ever drove down the desert going to Arizona or Vegas? There's aliens. So I'm like, don't
Stop
say
at
that.
Area
That's what they
51.
say. So you wouldn't do the alien beef jerky shop? No, I'm being really serious.
Actually,
It's just
the
aliens
alien
that
beef
has-
jerky is actually pretty good.
Are you
Yeah.
inviting me?
Are you gonna go to Vegas?
Are you inviting me?
Bitch, I'm too poor to go to Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas, but I've had the jerky.
Have you?
Yeah.
You invite me, I'll go.
Ugh.
But since you're broke, I don't have to worry about it.
Then if you pay for everything, we'll go.
Oh, damn.
Shit.
Let me ask Memory.
Damn.
Why are you gonna be asking memory?
See if I have any money left over from when I was a teenager. Oh,
I don't think the gold chain is worth anything anymore.
It probably isn't. Oh, man. What other scary movies are there? There's a bunch of scary movies. I seen The Blob.
Have you seen The Thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, thing's good.
I like
Thing's
that.
good. I like The Exorcist. I think The Exorcist has to be probably, even though it scares the shit out of me.
That thing is, I would say it's the scariest movie only because, even to this day, I sit down and I watch it and I'm just like, ugh, she's so ugly.
Yeah, she really is. I mean, that movie.
I think it was only 1 and 3 that I really liked. 2
Well-
I wasn't a big fan of.
When I was when we were watching The Exorcist as a kid, I remember watching it. I'm telling you, my mom just loved torturing me. She used to love showing me
What,
scary
did she
movies.
come down the stairs backwards
No,
or what?
I hope not. Like I
Pull a
watched
Bray
The
Wyatt.
Exorcist as a kid. I showed it to my friend Gabriel. We were like in high school. My best friend Gabriel, and we rented it and we watched it at his house. And he could not go to the restroom by himself.
Aw.
So we were in high school. I had to emphasize that because you went I'm like, I don't think she heard me. High school. And I had to stand outside the door.
Holding hands?
Keep watch for him. And he had to stand outside the door to keep watch for me. And
Wow.
I would watch that movie and I would not be able to flick the lights on in the room because, I would not go in the room unless the lights were on
Oh, so
because...
you would run to the back, turn the light, and then run back?
Because I was like, hell no, that little girl's sitting on my bed. And then, but as a kid, we would watch. I remember me and my cousin were sitting in the living room, and I think part 3 was just about to get released after like so many years.
Yeah.
And that stupid little song would come on, and me and him just ran. Like that's the fastest I ever ran in my life. Like I ran and I stayed in my mom's bed. Like I was like a little kid right there, just laying next to my mom. My mom's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "The Exorcist, The Exorcist." And she's like, "What?" I go, "It's the preview." I stood there all night. I did not come out for the whole night. Then when I got older, I would use it to torture like some of my baseball players or whatever.
Wow.
Because they would be like, "Oh, come watch the movie." I want to watch The Exorcist. So I'm like, all right. The last time we watched it, it was about more than 10 years ago. I had a baseball player named Scrappy, and we were all watching it. It was him and about 3 more guys, and watching it in my house in the living room. And he was sitting in front of this door, and his little cousin was asleep in the room, and we're watching the movie. And I think it's right before the bed starts shaking and all that.
Uh-huh.
The door of my room opens. It just goes, and I'm like, what the hell? What's that? We were all like, okay. So we tell him, like, hey, Scrappy, stop messing around. And he's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm like, whatever. So we keep watching the movie, and then the door, I get up, I close the door, we keep watching the movie, and the door does it again. So he jumps up, and he goes sits next to Cindy, my wife. And he's just sitting there like he was like this. And I'm like, damn, Scrappy, you trying to steal my woman or what? And he's like, no, I'm terrified. So I'm like, all right, I get up, I go look, and I go, oh, it's probably the little girl that's asleep in the room. So I go in there, and I think her name was Desiree, and I go, Desiree. She was knocked out. So I'm like, whatever. So I close the door again, and then the door does it again. It opens.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, maybe it's the wind that's blowing it open. Maybe I'm not pushing the door all the way,
Yeah.
and it's just...
Wow, I would have been the kind of guy that said, what's in there that's moving the door?
So I get up, I look, and the little girl's asleep. The window's closed. I'm like, all right. So I go, all right, it's got to be... I'm going to make sure I shut it. And I shut it, and I'm shaking it. I'm shut. The little girl's asleep. The door did it one more time. It like opened, like you just hear it go. I'm like, hell no! I said, we shutting this movie off. We're going outside, and may the power of Christ compel you, because that's it for this movie. And that was the end of that movie. So we never watched The Exorcist in the house again. Oh, we did watch it one more time in the theater. Me, Cindy, and her sister. My shirt ripped because we had never seen that. Because her sister pulled this way to the right, and Cindy pulled to the left when she started crawling down the stairs. Because my dumb ass decided to sit right in the middle.
Nice.
So that was my story of The Exorcist for you. Sorry, I think it's the scariest movie ever made.
I think so too, honestly.
There's that, and there's Amityville. I mean, if you watch Amityville Part 2, it's not scary in the sense that, the guy does kill all the members of the family, but I think it's leading up to it. The voices from the devil and all that stuff that freak people out. I think when I talk to people about that know actually about Amityville too, but I can't watch that movie. Why? Because the devil talks to him. Like you can hear it and it's scary. I'm like, really? I'm like,
The Exorcist is here right now.
Probably is. It's probably gonna hit
Did you hear the door?
The door chime right now.
If that door chime goes off, sorry.
No, you should be. I'm over here. I'm about to throw everything at you.
Hell
Okay?
no. Women and kids ain't leaving first. I'm the one leaving first.
Bitch, I will hit you, okay? I don't give a fuck. Like, you're going to see what the fuck I
So
am.
does that mean that I'm gonna be the only one that's
You're
staying
gonna-
laughing at you
can
both?
have The Exorcist. You can have, what's her name? What's
Linda
her name
Blair.
in the movie?
Reagan?
Reagan.
Oh, Reagan.
You can have Reagan, homeboy. I'm done with that. Hell no.
I don't know. I just those things have never really bugged me too much.
No, they scare the crap out of me.
Same.
What movie gave you nightmares? Besides the shark. I don't want to hear Jaws gave you nightmares. E.T. gave me some, but...
That's a stupid ass thing to be scared of.
Have you seen Final Destination? Traumatized me too.
Oh, I know. When you drive behind the logs, I can't. When I
can't.
see like the trucks carrying the logs, I'll be like, no, I'm gonna change lanes.
You
Fuck
remember
this
that, huh?
shit.
Or the little metal...
Like this,
The metal beams or whatever that
just go.
yeah, that when they fly through the, I think, don't they fly through one of the windshields?
Yeah.
I can't. Or I'll say like this will be the car, and I'll be like far the fuck away from it. I'm like, you can pass me, whoever the fuck is behind me, because I am not gonna go faster.
All right, which movie gave you nightmares? That's why I don't get on planes, by the way, thanks to Final Destination. And I don't get on roller coasters, thanks to Final Destination.
I do, but sometimes I think to myself, please, like I pray before I go on a roller coaster. Please don't let this be like Final Destination. Please, just let people die after I leave.
Remind me not to get on the right after you. Yeah, Dave, you can get on now. Did you hear what she said? Let them die after.
Let them die after.
Do I really want to get on now? No.
As you're leaving the line, good luck, kids.
Good luck, kids. Have fun. Let's go get our Starbucks now. Oh, what movie? What movie gave you a nightmare?
I want to say watching Friday the 13th for the first time, being little. I had a nightmare of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I had a nightmare that he touched my hand. 'Cause you know how in the movie he touches, I think,
And
Nancy,
it burns you. Yeah.
and like she wakes up. So I think he does the same thing. And I woke up and the first thing I did was strike myself. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
I think mine was The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
That's a wonderful movie.
That movie wasn't even scary, but I kept waking up at 3:30 for some reason.
Well, not only that, but I'm sure you're thinking about the multiple voices and stuff like that.
No, I just woke up at 3:30, like,
The witching hour, really?
Yeah.
Like, why am I awake? So if I wake up now at 3:30, I'm like, oh, that
I
means
heard
I'm
a lot
done.
of people got traumatized over The Conjuring, but
It didn't do anything to me.
no.
It was
Is that the one with the?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't want to clap in the middle of the darkness, but other than that, I'm not gonna try it.
I don't think that movie. Well, I don't get to get scared anymore because my wife does all the the jumping for me before I can jump, or she talks during the movie, so I don't even get to pay
I need to
attention.
go with Cindy. I'll be like, let's go see a movie because I won't be scared of her. I'll be like, talk, girl,
you
just
won't.
talk.
Yeah,
Just go
but
for
you
it.
won't because I tell her, I go, when you're scared, you just talk until I can't get scared anymore. Oh, like when we went to see Paranormal Activity, the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life, by the way, because I
I
got
wasn't
dizzy in
scared of
every
those
one.
movies.
Every movie, I ended up walking out of the theater with like a headache, dizzy, because it was just
Kind of predictable.
too fast.
They were all
Yeah.
predictable movies.
She would be like, "Oh, look, something's gonna fall out of the counter." I'm like, "Thanks," and that's sure enough, boom, out of the counter.
It was really typical, like something that you could.
Yeah, it was predictable.
Yeah, it wasn't scary at all. So I mean, it was like whatever to me. So
So are you scared of like paranormal stuff too? Or, like
you know what?
if you actually see like documentation of real ghost stuff, I
don't think
nothing
so.
Bother you?
Not to get religious, but I guess I have a good Christian faith, so I don't think things like that ever bother me. Like I hear friends that have told me stuff like about paranormal stuff, and
So when the
never scares
the
me.
chime comes on, you won't be.
I don't
freaking
think think of it that way. Like our door chime for those here don't know, have a business, and at the business we have a door chime in case I'm in the restroom or I'm in the back, stocking up or fixing stuff. So sometimes the door chime will go off randomly and nobody will be in the store. But at first I was like, well, that's kind of crazy. And then Justice came home one day and he said, Dad, you have a ghost. I'm like, why? He goes, the door chime kept going off. So, and then I know one time Cindy was here at the store and the same thing, the door chime kept going off. So they finally shut it off. And I was like, okay. So I joke around. I'm like, oh, the ghost must be around. But one day I figured it out. It's the headlights of the cars at night. So when the headlight hits like where the door chime is, I guess the little sensors at, it makes the door chime go off.
Oh.
But little things like that don't scare me. I'm not like, oh my God. It's like, I don't think of it as, oh, here's a ghost or something. Oh, well, I take it back. I did once. When Cindy's uncle passed away, we had Justice was loved Elmo, and Justice and Cindy's uncle were very close. And when he passed away, the day after the funeral or the burial, right? Yeah, the funeral is the burial, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the wake. The day after the funeral, we were in bed. It was me and Cindy, and Justice, I think, was sleeping in his little bed, in the toddler bed, or something. And Justice was just, for some reason, he never had done it. He was starting to like caress his face and just smile a lot, like if he felt somebody caressing him. And I was like, okay. And then this little Elmo that we had, a little Elmo keychain, it was just the head. It just kept giggling and giggling and giggling for no reason. Like, it just kept going, ha ha ha, this tickles, this tickles, this tickles. I'm like, hell no, there's something up in this place. And so we just assumed maybe that might have been the only like paranormal that I really believed, because I've never really like been like, oh yeah, that's a ghost, or
No, some things have happened in my house. I'm just like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Right? Yeah. Sometimes you just think. I think if you think it is. That's what it is.
Well, no, me and my brother, we used to watch Mad TV
Yeah.
I would say Saturday, right? When it
Yeah. I
would
think
come
of
up.
Saturday nights.
So me and him would sit down and we'd watch it. Everybody was always asleep. We would always watch Mad TV. And you know, sometimes like there would be clapping. So one time me and my brother were laughing so hard at this joke. I don't even remember what it was, honestly, because what happened after traumatized me enough. So we started clapping too because it was such a funny joke, and we stopped and we heard clapping right behind us, and we're just like. And after that, in chinga, we both ran. My brother is a big guy, so he pushed me out of the way like he didn't even care. I flew. My body was like, shh. I flew, and like I thought to myself, damn. Thinking about it now, if we were ever in danger, he is not the person to go to. He locked himself in the room. And I was like, open the door.
Like, better you than me.
It'd be you. That's what I do. If right now, if ET walked in this damn place, you'd be the first. You'd be in the back right now. I'll throw you. I'll be like, you stay here with the uncircumcised penis. The walking uncircumcised penis.
Walking uncircumcised.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Producer Alfred is giving us the thumbs.
Wasn't really the thumb I was giving you.
I know you weren't. You were
Wrong
giving
finger.
wrong finger. Well, I had a very good time talking about scary movies today.
I did too,
We'll have to do this again next week.
for sure.
We won't talk about scary movies. We can talk about movies. Never mind. Not those kind of movies either.
Okay. What you do alone on a Friday night is up to you, bro.
Hey, I've been married so long. Well, never mind. I don't want to get killed. I'm already going to get killed.
You're gonna get divorced.
Mandy Moore, I would just like to say I love you. If you're listening,
Wow.
Call me. My phone number is 323.
Okay, we should really roll this up.
What?
We're good.
Oh, I can't give my number out on there.
No.
Oh,
Unless you want random people sending you some fan mail.
oh no, never mind.
You
I
have some
know-
guys sounding like Mandy Moore.
I know
calling you.
what fan mail I'll get. I don't need any more ETs in my life. Anyway, for our producer Alfred, the lovely Ysis, and for of course David. Now you know why nobody listens to me.